Hey guys, Kid Resell here, back at you with another garage sale with me video. Today we're going to hit up 4 garage sales. First one's a really good one, so let's get started. This is garage sale number 1 for this video. First thing I find, Game Boy Colors, 2 of them, and Pokemon Yellow in 1 of them. And then this little action figure and also some other stuff, boots, hats, some Monster High dolls as well. If y'all watch my channel or my Instagram or Facebook, you probably saw I found some Monster High dolls for $2 and Game Boy Colors for $1. This is a garage sale I like to go to. It's twice a year. That's a bunch of purses and stuff. I don't usually pick those up, but I've never actually really even looked at them because I just don't like picking up purses and trying to figure out if they're authentic or not. But bags and purses I usually pass on. This is electronic section. It's probably where the person found the Xbox that I'll talk about. That was a flute. I think they had like $20 or $30 on it. Based on the model I looked up, it wasn't worth picking up. Instruments like that are usually pretty easy because you can see the model number on them somewhere. So it's usually pretty easy to look them up and see if they're worth picking up or not. Bunch of games there. Another pool full of random stuff. There's some sports equipment that I didn't see anything good of. That was books. And here is like the kitchen stuff and some DVDs. I debated picking up that glass you saw right there. As I was checking out, someone else was picking it up. Someone else picked it up, so yeah, it was probably worth it, but I just didn't feel like trying to ship it or anything because it's just not worth shipping it to me. But if I had an antique booth or something like that, I probably would have picked them up just to put them in there and see if they sell or not. Google Lens said Murano glass, but I don't know if it really was or not. Clothing, I did pick up 1 or 2 pieces of clothing at this sale. I think one of them might be right here. I can't remember for sure which ones I picked up, but I did pick up 1 or 2 pieces. I think I picked that up. That's probably worth around $40. It's a Ralph Lauren puffer jacket. It's not a good size. It's like a kid size, but it's still a decent brand to pick up, and the puffer jacket style is worth money sometimes. That wasn't worth it once I looked it up, unfortunately, but because clothing usually like $2 here. I think the boots are already in there, so I don't pick up the boots, but that's where I got the boots from, was right there. Did pay $20 for those, and I'll discuss what they're worth in the summary. Definitely worth picking up, obviously, once you see what they're worth. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this garage sale. And then I did pick up that as well. I haven't listed it yet, but hopefully it's worth some money. It's like a Levi's jacket kind of vest. So this was a really good garage sale. Not very common for me lately, but I got there right as it started. This one's one that's semi-annual. They have it twice a year usually. It just goes to raise funds for some kind of charity, I think. But it's always in the same spot, and I usually try to go every time. I usually find some decent stuff too. Now, as I get there, I'm like one of the first people that gets there. I got there a little bit early. It started at like 7. I think I got there at 6:45. Some other guy pulled in the exact same time. I've seen him at other garage sales before. He goes for the video games. That's what I would go for usually too, for the first thing I go for. So we're both looking around. I think he asked them, do they have any video games? And I saw him carrying an Xbox with no cords or anything. I don't know what he paid for it. Probably like, a couple bucks is what I would guess. And then he leaves, he leaves 5 minutes later. So I decided, I'm already here. There aren't that many garage sales this day. This is only like 2 weeks ago now. Some of these other garage sales that I'm going to show in this video are from a long time ago. But this one's from a couple weeks ago. A lot of stuff's already sold even. That's really good. I'm just digging in a little toy. The little pool y'all saw there. I was digging in there for toys, just random collection of toys. I find those 2 Game Boys. Y'all saw them both in that clip. Obviously, it's the first thing you saw in that clip. Very good to find, especially they both worked, number 1. Now, one of them had kind of problems with the sound, I think. The other one, the person claimed the screen didn't work, so I gave them a $10 refund. We'll cover that in a second when I go over the souls. But it also had the Pikachu game in there, the Pokemon Yellow. That sold for $51.75 plus shipping. That one worked perfectly. It saved. Everything worked perfectly fine on that one. The Game Boy Color sold for $68.75, I think, plus shipping. I'll put that one up here. And then the other one was like a special Pokemon edition Game Boy, sold for like $79 plus shipping. That was the one I had to refund $10 on. I originally said that the sound didn't work, but then the person, I put that in the description. They said they're okay with it. Then they claimed the screen didn't. The screen was faded or something. I don't know. Didn't look like that to me in the pictures I took, but I gave them a $10 refund just to make them happy. And I was in Arkansas during this time frame, so I didn't want to have them return it and then not be able to look at the item. So I just decided on $10 refund would be good. I also already sold that little Coco figure, Pepita. That sold for $21 on Mercari. So four items I found there have already sold. Technically, the best item has not sold yet. It's these boots right here. These are a really cool find. I think I paid $20 for them, so I did pay up. Usually the prices are pretty good. As you can see, $1 for each of the Game Boys and the Pokemon games. So that was $2 for all of those. I actually put that up as a short on my YouTube channel because I decided to put up shorts. Let me know if y'all like them or not. It makes me a little bit of extra money. I think I made 33 cents on that short that I got 2.6K views on, so it's better than nothing. But these actually have like a Bible verse on the bottom, John 3:16, I think. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have eternal life. That's literally what it says. And they still have the tags too. Still has the tags right here. It's actually my size. I debated wearing them, but since it's new with tags, I don't think I listed it as new with tags, but I did put it's basically new condition. Those will probably sell for over $200. I got an offer of $220 when I was in Arkansas, and I countered offered with the same offer they gave me and said, please note these won't ship until May 28th, and then they never accepted the offer. So if I'd been home, those probably would already be sold and shipped to the buyer and probably delivered by now if I had to guess. But yeah, that's it for garage sale number 1. The Monster High dolls, which I paid $2 for each, have not sold yet. But the Game Boys, which I paid $1 for, have already sold, and I've already made almost probably $200 in profit with the if you include Pepita in there. So yeah, not a bad garage sale to start out. Here's the next garage sale. Find this walking cane duck, little brass duck on the end for, I think it was $5. Yep, $5. That Robin Hood was 25 cents, and then this guillotine thing, like statue, I don't think it really works. It's more of like a cigar cutter. I'm not sure if it actually works or not, but it was a cool item. I couldn't pass it up for less than $1. And this sale had a lot of decent stuff. I'll talk about this in the summary, but I wish I'd been there whenever it started because I'm sure there was a lot better stuff then. But some of the stuff I debated picking up here, it was pretty cheap, but it's stuff that didn't really have, like, it sold for less than $20 and it just wasn't worth picking up for me. The Robin Hood was less than $20 as well, but it was only 25 cents, and I figured that thing would probably sell pretty easily, and it did. I'm also going to show y'all some shoes that were here. That was a bunch of plush. None of those were worth it, surprisingly. I don't think any of them were anything great. That I remember, at least. I did look up some and didn't see anything. Along with some of those bags, I looked some of them up and they just weren't worth the price they were asking. The shoes as well, they were asking way too much for the shoes. I'd looked up some of these, and for $20, they're just not worth it, unfortunately. But they had some decent brand shoes here. I can't remember the exact brands. I saw New Balance there. There's probably some Nike as well. Can't remember for sure. So this one is also a recent garage sale that I went to. Found a couple items there. That little guillotine thing y'all saw, that was kind of cool. I think I paid like $1 for it or something. I wish I'd been at this garage sale earlier in the day because I'm sure they had some better stuff as well. But they had shoes there. I think I showed it in the clip. They really weren't worth the price they were asking. They said something like, somebody actually came up and said, hey, I'm having a garage sale next week for my daughter, taking donations for something, and she said, okay, if you come back, at 12 or 1, you can have everything. I debated saying like, hey, I'll pay you for some of those shoes if you're just going to get rid of them, but I didn't. Kind of, it'd be undercutting somebody. But that's a decent idea if you want bulk, is to say, hey, look, if you want stuff if you want to get rid of all this stuff and don't want to take it to Goodwill, I will come and pick it up for you. I'll even pay you a little bit. You have to negotiate that because you're not sure what's going to be left. You don't want to take just a ton of junk and take it for them. But if there's decent stuff left because they overpriced it or something, yeah. But that little Robin Hood guy, he sold, y'all saw him in the last What Sold video, I think. He sold for like 14 plus shipping. I'll throw him up right there. The guillotine's probably gonna sell for around 50. And the other item I got that y'all saw was this duck cane. I paid $5 for this thing. I saw some comps that looked really good, like close to $100. Upon further inspection, he'll probably sell for around 30 to 40. He's not listed yet, but whenever he sells, I will definitely let y'all know. But yeah, $5 for him. Also picked up a Crabtree and Evelyn, like some kind of, I think it was some kind of like cosmetic thing. It looked like it was worth around $50. I have it listed. Hasn't sold yet, but I only paid like $2 or $3 for that as well. So some good yard sale prices for sure, and one of the items has already sold. Here's another garage sale with action figures and Funko Pops. This one was one that I'll talk about in a second. Troy Polamalu, nobody wants him. He's not a good player. If you're a Steelers fan, you can argue that down below in the comments. But yeah, these are some of the things I picked up. This is a long time ago garage sale. I haven't included it because I was hoping some of the stuff would sell, but so far, spoiler alert, none of that stuff has sold yet that I remember. I think all of it was listed pretty quickly too. So yeah, sometimes you shouldn't always pick up smalls just because they're cheap. And I don't remember a lot of those were $1 each, I think. Some of the Funko Pop was $1. Funko Pop looked like it was worth it. Those books would have been worth it, but asking $3 for each one isn't worth it. If you can find sets of books, sometimes they can be worth some decent money. I've sold some in the past from like Animal Arc and ponies and stuff like that have sold pretty well. Unfortunately, I didn't film at those garage sales, but those make some decent profits if you can get enough books for my set and put them together. So yeah, that's it for this one. I'm going to show y'all a couple more items that I passed on right here. But yeah, here's the summary. So this garage sale was from a long time ago, probably close to a year ago, and none of these items have sold yet. This is my indication to myself to stop buying any wrestlers I see. I went to a thrift store today, as a matter of fact. I didn't know I was going to be filming this part, but I went to a thrift store today, saw a bag of wrestlers for $10, and passed on it because I've just never had much success selling wrestlers. Now, some people that know more about it than me, obviously there's value there. There's value in everything, even Beanie Babies. If you can find certain ones, there's value there. But my rule of thumb from now on is going to be, unless I'm paying like 25 or 50 cents for a wrestler, I'm passing on it. Because these, even at $1 for those Becky Lynch, and I guess who that was, they haven't sold yet. So yeah, and then that Funko Pop, I thought he was going to be worth something, but he still hasn't sold yet either. So, I mean, and then the other action figures, none of it's sold. So I don't know what, I guess I just, shouldn't be picking that stuff up if I'm not knowledgeable on it. Because even at cheap prices, I mean, maybe one day if I do a full inventory clean out and, just put that stuff and do a big whatnot show where I just put it up for cheap. But then the question is it worth my time to sell something for $1 on whatnot? They take their whatever fee they take, and then I'm making 20 cents on each item. That's not worth it to me. So I don't know what I'm going to do with all that extra stuff when I eventually do an inventory clean out. But yeah, that's probably not the best garage sale, but I decided to throw it in the footage because I'm running out of garage sales. This video is the last of the garage sales I have that I've taken footage at. So I've been slacking lately at taking garage sale footage, which is why, and I haven't really been doing too many garage sales. So let's go to the last one. This garage sale is also from a long time ago. I actually saw Glenn Swamp Picker at this garage sale. They're asking only $3 though, so stuff is decently priced. Obviously, I'll pick it up. I don't remember what I paid for this bag, but these are the two items I pick up: the K&N tuning and this Response AFS. I think that's what that said. Bag. Gregory, it's a good brand to pick up if you know what to look for. I pick it up because it was cheap, and based on the comps I was looking at, it was worth it. Now, I don't think I've ever listed it. I think it's still in the garage somewhere. Eventually, I will get around to listing it, but my fear about that, or whatever you want to say about that, is having to ship it. I don't have a box big enough, and I don't know if I wanted to ship it in a trash bag. It's pretty durable. Obviously, it's a backpack, and it's got durability. It's meant for hiking, so it's got some durability to it. But I just didn't know if I wanted to, so that's why it's still sitting. Some of that stuff is sometimes worth it, but I don't feel like shipping chandeliers. But they do have money if you're willing to ship them. Also, look in the clothing section. I don't believe I pick up any clothing on this day. Sometimes clothes can be good, but not today. Here's the summary. So in this garage sale, y'all saw me pick up two items. That K&N, like some kind of module thing. It looked like it was worth a lot of money, and it was only $5, so I definitely picked it up. But I've never been able to exactly determine what it's for, what kind of vehicle. I tried my best to determine it, and I never could. So it's still sitting in my inventory. I think I listed it, and then it got taken down. I think eBay actually took it down, so I'm not going to list it on there anymore. I think it might still be listed on Mercari. I'm not sure, but I don't know. And then that backpack, it never got listed to begin with. It's still in my garage. But it was a good pickup because it's there, but I just don't feel like shipping that. So is it a good pickup if you never ship it and never list it? No, because it never sells. But yeah, that's what I'm putting in this video. Hopefully I'll be able to get some more yard sale footage. I was in Arkansas for 2 weeks, so I didn't make any footage there. Before that, I think I had my own garage sale, so I didn't get any footage that weekend. So it's just been, I've been slacking this year on going to garage sales. I'll be going this weekend and next weekend, and then I'm going to Pensacola and the weekend after that for a sports cards / collectibles show. So hopefully I'll be making some money at that. I'm bringing a bunch of comic books, basically all my comic books I have left from storage units, and a big comic buy I did. Hopefully I'll be able to sell some of those. I'm doing like $2 each for most of them. So if you're in the Pensacola area, come to the Milton Coin Show and see if you can get some stuff. I got Funko Pops, I got sports cards, collectibles, NASCAR stuff if you're into that. Yeah, I don't know how many people that actually watched this live in Pensacola and made it this far in the video, which is probably 0. But yeah, don't forget to leave a like, comment with your favorite item that I picked up. Mine's going to be that first garage sale, obviously, with Game Boy and Pokemon and, all the good stuff that's hopefully those boots will sell. Hopefully these will sell soon, but even if they don't, that was still a really good garage sale. And subscribe. Thanks for watching.